Hey there geeks, welcome back. My name is Jasmine Page Moore, or More depending on where you know me from. And today we are talking about Comic-Cons, more specifically COVID and Comic-Cons. I recently had the opportunity to head to MegaCon, and I gotta say, my journey getting there, being there, and coming back are all three really unique experiences, and I just want to let you guys know about it, considering a lot of you are thinking about going to Comic-Cons in the near future, or maybe you've already gone and just want another person's insight. So without further ado, let's just hop into it. Let me start by saying I am not sponsored by Fortnite. It's just a laundry day, but I mean, if you're listening to Fortnite, like, come on, I'm available. All right, let's just dive right in. So going to a Comic-Con this year has filled me with so much dread and anxiety and just fear, which is really unfortunate because I love Comic-Cons. I would go to the LA Con and the San Diego Con as often as I could. And it was hard this year because I was really looking forward to going to MegaCon. I have a collective and we all have been talking about going to Comic-Con for a while. And then this happened. So I just woke up to drama in our group chats. It's about a week before we're supposed to leave to MegaCon, and honestly, there's like 20,000 new cases of COVID every day in Florida, and most of them are opting out, which is good. That's great. I don't know what to do at this point, and I'm stressed and I'm frustrated. And like the last 14 days in Orlando alone is 18,000. That's just Orlando. Like, right where we're going. I get it. I don't know what to do. Many members of the collective decided not to go for their own personal reasons, for the health and safety of others, and honestly, not to let their fans down. There had been a big meetup in the past, and it didn't receive a lot of well wishes, and they very much wanted to avoid that. I myself wanted to avoid that as well. I never want to do anything that's going to make me look bad for those people who support me. That being said, I had spent so much money on my cosplays, on a lot of the travel expenses. Luckily, a member of the group that I was with, the small coterie, one of the members was paying for the Airbnb and said that we didn't have to pay her back for that. So that helped me tremendously. But ultimately, the time that I would be out in Florida and just all the things that I had spent beforehand, I needed the money that MegaCon was going to garner for me. So after a lot of consideration, I still decided to go. Hey friends, so it is like 3:30 in the morning. I'm exhausted, but heading to LAX to start the journey, and yeah, let's get into it. Welcome back, it's Jasmine Page Moore, and we're here live at MegaCon. So I'm going to show you what's going on. Follow me. So some of the things that helped me out in my decision making and also on the trip is number one, being vaccinated. And before you get on me, I'm not here to convince anyone. I'm just letting you know where I stand and what helped me in my decision making. So number one, being vaccinated. Number two, I have a nurse as a friend, and she gave me this lovely box that I did give everyone in my Airbnb, and there were only 4 of us in the Airbnb that I was staying in. Every morning and anytime we went out to a large event where there was a big group of people, we took COVID tests. It only takes 15 minutes for the result to come up and let you know immediately whether or not you have COVID. So those 2 things were very helpful. Also, always wearing our masks. I want to reiterate that one more time, and it's wearing your mask. There were so many people at Comic-Con, and even before we got to MegaCon, talking about how the mask would hinder their cosplay, or it was hard for them to keep it on because so many people were coming up and asking for photos of them in their cosplay. And to that, I say rubbish. You can absolutely wear your mask while taking photos, and you can also incorporate your mask into your cosplay. There were so many cosplays out there, beautiful cosplays, that were so creative with their masks, and it added a whole nother element to their cosplay. I will say you will find people there with lowered masks or not wearing their masks at all. And at that point, it's up to your discretion on whether or not you just want to walk away from those people or politely let them know, hey, if you could have your masks on, that would be great. So now to answer the big questions about MegaCon. Do I feel like it was worth it to go? And do I feel like it was a major risk to go? And honestly, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Because I know in myself, I was safe. I did everything possible to make sure that I was going to be safe upon arriving home and that everyone in my Airbnb was safe. That being said, I was so nervous both of the days that I went that I don't think I was fully able to enjoy the con. I was so fearful about my perception to my audience for even going. I was nervous about getting COVID or bringing it back to my family back in California. There were a lot of things that MegaCon could have done to secure everyone's safety who was there. And I know a lot of cons like Dragon Con are doing it now too, where they're going to require you to have a negative COVID test and or a vaccination card in order to get into the cons. And so I feel like that's kind of where all the cons are moving. But MegaCon didn't have that, so we can only look at it as what it was. LACon did a really unique thing in that they blocked off when you could actually go to the cons. So I think it was 6-hour blocks every day, and you would pick a block in which day you wanted to go, and that's how they got away, or at least helped keep down the amount of people that were at the con. MegaCon didn't do that. MegaCon was a free-for-all, everyone go, shove you all in there as best you can. And I gotta say, Friday was okay, but Saturday you felt it. So yeah, long story short, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but maybe when the next cons come up, it'll be a little bit different. Maybe I'll have a little less anxiety now knowing how MegaCon was, but who knows? That's Jasmine of the future, and we're gonna leave it up to her. But other than that, guys, keep geeking out, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.